There's so much coming up in Japan. The cutest aquarium, a new Geisha bar, Pokémon at Kura Sushi, an update to Chip and Pin, this beautiful free event in Tokyo, and much more. I'm Amy from Cakes with Faces, and this is Japan Travel News. Tell me in the comments if you'll be going to any of these things or what you like the sound of the most. First, it's the 20th anniversary of Character Street in Tokyo Station. It's an underground shopping street with lots of official character merch shops. If you like cute things, you will love it. This and Kiddieland in Harajuku should be your go-to places. To celebrate their anniversary, there are special decorations up until the 10th of April with Chiikawa, One Piece and more. And at certain restaurants, you get some free stickers if you spend 1,000 yen. A little tip for you, because it's in Tokyo Station, Character Street's a really good place to find special train-themed merchandise that you can only get there. At the moment, they've got Mofu-san dressed as the Shinkansen. How cute is that? And this special Sanrio Shinkansen merch. Next to Character Street, there's Sweet Street, which is a much smaller collection of sweet shops. Until the 1st of April, there's a special pop-up Pandas shop there. As well as being super cute, I just love this pun. Dars is a chocolate you can get at the convenience store in Japan. It's one of our favourites, and Pandas is just such a great name. Next is another collab between Kura Sushi and Pokémon. Kura Sushi is a conveyor belt sushi chain with sushi bars all around Japan. It's probably my favourite conveyor belt sushi chain. There are special Pokémon themed dishes. There's this Pikachu cake, look at Pikachu's cheeks, a pink shrimp tempura crepe, and peach melon soda. For every 5 plates, you get a chance to win a Pokémon magnet, stamp or keychain. And if your bill's over 2,500 yen, you get a Pokémon clear file, because Japan is all about the clear files. Next is train news, because we all love Japanese trains. First, there's a new regional rail pass. If you're exploring Tohoku, which is the main island north or east of Tokyo, and 5 days just isn't enough, there's a new 10-day version of the JR East Tohoku Pass. It includes the Shinkansen and other JR train lines, which are train lines run by Japan Railways. It's 48,000 yen for the 10-day pass, and the 5-day version is 30,000 yen. And for reference, a return trip from Tokyo to Aomori costs 35,340 yen, just to give you an idea of how much you'll need to travel around to make the pass pay off. The new pass is available to buy from the 15th of April for trips starting from the 15th of May, so you can buy it a month in advance. And if you want to know more about regional rail passes, I made a video about them a few weeks back. Next, there's a new tram in Kyoto running on the Randen or Keifuku electric railway line. It's a good way to get between Arashiyama with the bamboo forest and the monkey park and the river, and Kinkakuji, which is the golden temple. Both of them are slightly outside central Kyoto. The new tram looks very modern. I like the purple colour and this curved design. At the moment there's only one of them, but they'll be introducing several more over the next few years. There's a new Pokémon train in Tottori Prefecture, which is best known for its sand dunes. The new train is the Tottori Sand Train. So of course it features the sand shrew Pokémon. That started running this week until the 31st of March, not very long. Next is another sightseeing train, the Hana Akari, which you might remember from Japan News before. It started running last year and it's now changing its route. It's running between Osaka and Onomichi from April until the end of June. It's only at weekends. It's a luxurious train decorated with local Japanese crafts, serving food from the region. I think the fares are pretty reasonable for this. It's 13,320 yen to travel the entire route in the superior green car, which is better than regular first class. That's amazing value compared to trains in the UK, which are nowhere near as luxurious. Now, you might have seen this already because it's been quite big news recently, but I had to include it. JR East have revealed the design for their next Shinkansen bullet train. It'll replace the E5, the Hayabusa, which is the current fastest Shinkansen on the line between Tokyo through Tohoku up to Hokkaido. It looks very sleek. It's got updated technology for safety in case there's an earthquake. It's got larger storage for luggage and it's more energy efficient. It starts running in 2030. I'm looking forward to going on it. If you're arriving in Tokyo at Narita Airport and taking the Keisei Skyliner train into the city, you can now use facial recognition at the ticket barriers. Very high tech. It's called Face Check-in Go. The Keisei Skyliner goes directly to Ueno Station and Nippori Station, so it's the most convenient option if you're staying in this northeast section of Tokyo. You can buy your ticket online on the Keisei Railway's website, and it takes your picture using the camera on your phone or your webcam. Then when you get to the ticket barriers in Japan at the airport, there's a screen that scans your face and lets you through. As you go through the gates, it prints out your tickets, which you have to take to the attendant when you get to your destination. They won't work in the automatic ticket gates, so it's not all that smooth yet. You still need your physical tickets to get out, but it is more fun and you can feel like you're living in the future. Now, you might have seen my short video about this already, but regular Suica and Passmo cards are back. Availability has been hit and miss over the last couple of years because of the chip shortage, but they're now permanently back, so you don't have to worry about whether you can get one or not. There are lots of details about tickets and how to use the trains in my Japan guidebook. There's a whole section about how to get around. Basically, it's everything I wanted to know when I first went to Japan. You can get it from cakeswithfaces.co.uk. There's a link in the description. Next, there's a new installation at Kyoto Station from Naked, who are a bit like Team Lab. They put together experiences with lighting and projections. Now, Kyoto Station is a huge modern building. It's on the East Plaza on the 7th floor. There'll be projections that change for each of the 4 seasons. This week, they've opened a restaurant there called Niwa, which means garden, and a tea house called Kiwa, where you can have green tea on tatami mats surrounded by projections, a bit like the tea house at Team Lab Borderless. The restaurant has bento boxes, including a vegan option, as well as burgers and hot dogs, so there's something for everyone. Naked also have an event in Kyoto for cherry blossom season with projection mapping at Nijo Castle until the 13th of April. It's a lovely mix of traditional and modern. It looks beautiful. There's also a picnic area with a bar with gin, snacks, including vegan yakitori, which is very rare, and sakura lemonade. Sounds good. I'll just mention a couple of other events for cherry blossom season, and if you are going to Japan to see the sakura, check out my other video about off the beaten track spots to see the cherry blossoms in Tokyo. It is the most popular time of year to visit Japan, so as well as the well-known spots, if the crowds do get too much, you might want to visit a few of the off the beaten path places from my video. So if it's rainy and you still want to have a hanami, a cherry blossom viewing party, there's an indoor cherry blossom festival at the observation deck at Sunshine City Mall in Ikebukuro in Tokyo. It's styled like an indoor park. At the moment, it's really pretty with lots of pink blossoms, and at night it's even better when they dim the lights and have their own cherry blossom illuminations. There are special treats in the cafe, including sakura parfait and sakura Mont Blanc. Delicious. I don't know if you saw on my Instagram, but this Sakura Mont Blanc I had last year at Cozy Corner is back again this year for cherry blossom season. It's highly recommended. Team Lab Planets is also getting in on cherry blossom season. Until the 30th of April, 2 rooms have special cherry blossom projections. That's the room with the dome and the mirrored floor. Watch out for that one if you have motion sickness. It's not for everyone. And the room where you walk through water has cherry blossom petals on the surface of the water, so that's something special for sakura season. Each year there's a special edition of Hatsune Miku for cherry blossom season called Sakura Miku, with special figures with a cherry blossom theme. This year she's doing a collab with Round One, which is a chain of arcades that also has extra activities like bowling and karaoke. The artwork for the collab has an American diner theme. There's special dishes in the cafe, although they're not all that themed. There's special coasters, merch and gachapon until the 8th of June. Not all branches of Round One have everything in the collab, so check the details before you go. Only a couple of branches have the themed karaoke rooms. In Tokyo it's the Ikebukuro branch, in Osaka it's Senichimai, and in Sapporo the Susukino branch. If you're interested in pop-up theme cafes and collaborations, there's a whole list of them on my blog on cakeswithfaces.co.uk. I update it regularly, about every week or so, because they're not usually announced very far in advance. And if you miss the cherry blossoms, there are lots of other seasonal flowers. Wisteria comes after the cherry blossoms. There's a Wisteria festival at beautiful Komedo Tenjin Shrine in Tokyo from mid to late April. The flowers are illuminated after dark and there are street food stalls. And there are magical illuminations at this event in Asakusa in Tokyo. It's called Princess Kaguya, like the legend from the Ghibli film. It's on the roof terrace of Asakusa Eki Mise, which is a shopping mall at Asakusa Station. That's where the famous Sensoji temple is. The roof terrace will be filled with mist for a mysterious atmosphere. There'll be lit up displays of bamboo and bamboo lanterns with a view of the sky tree in the background. That's from the 20th of March to the 13th of April, and it's free. You'll have to send me a photo if you go. Next, a new Godzilla store opens in Tokyo this week with a giant Godzilla gachapon machine. It's in a Daiba, inside Daiba City shopping mall. It's called Godzilla Store Daiba. It's the 4th official Godzilla store in Japan, and it's the largest one. There have been larger Godzilla gachapon machines though. This one was 3 meters tall. It looks like you could live in it. And of course the store has a Godzilla statue. It couldn't not have one. Next is exhibition news. There's a Capcom exhibition in Osaka from the 20th of March to the 22nd of June, featuring Capcom classics like Street Fighter, Resident Evil, and more. There'll be a motion capture mirror where you can become Ryu from Street Fighter, Phoenix Wright from Ace Attorney, or Mega Man. You can walk through a room from Resident Evil, shining a sensor like a torch to reveal zombies, and there's an AR Monster Hunter exhibit. The Mori Art Museum in Tokyo in Roppongi has an exhibition called Machine Love, Video Game, AI and Contemporary Art until the 8th of June. It looks at the progress of art and technology through digital art, motion graphics, game art and the use of AI, which could be interesting as it's a controversial issue. As a designer, I have a lot of thoughts about that. Now, some would say ramen is an art in itself, but what about ramen bowls? At 2121 Design Site, also in Roppongi in Tokyo, there's an exhibition about the design of ramen bowls over the last 1300 years. That's on until the 15th of June. Next is the Sanrio exhibition about the beginning of kawaii, which I'm sure you've heard about before if you've been watching Japan news for a while. It's been touring all around Japan. It looks very cute. Its next stop is Kobe from the 19th of April to the 29th of June. If you're staying in Osaka, Kobe is so easy to get to. It's only 15 minutes on the Shinkansen. Now, Sumikko Gurashi are the official characters for 2 new exhibitions. The first is called Japan, the Melting Pot of Beauty at Kyoto National Museum, which commemorates the Osaka Expo and intercultural exchange. The other is Super National Treasures, the Brilliance of Prayer in Nara, celebrating the 130th anniversary of the museum. Both of them are on from the 19th of April to the 15th of June. Now, it seems kind of strange that kawaii Sumikko Gurashi are representing 2 very traditional historic exhibitions, but they have dressed for the occasion. They're wearing samurai outfits and armour. Notice that even Polar Bear's hat has a face, something I definitely approve of as Cakes with Faces. And these characters are cosplaying as the Great Wave by Hokusai. And if you like their outfits, you can buy plushies of them too. Also mixing traditional and modern, there's an immersive exhibition about the work of Hokusai, probably the most famous Japanese woodblock print artist. It's called Hokusai Another Story. You can step into the world of Edo period Japan with projection mapping and music. Some of the projections are interactive, so you can experience the Great Wave all around you while staying completely dry. That's at Toki Plaza Shibuya until the 1st of June. There's an exhibition about the manga Gintama at Namba Parks Museum in Osaka for the 20th anniversary of the manga. There's also a theme cafe at the museum and a digital stamp rally on the Nankai Electric Railway. That's from the 1st to the 30th of March. Next, there's an exhibition about the work of manga artist Masamune Shiro, who's best known for Ghost in the Shell. That's at Setagaya Literary Museum, just west of central Tokyo, from the 12th of April to the 17th of August. And finally, in exhibition news, there's a Jujutsu Kaisen exhibition in Osaka from the 19th of April to the 9th of June. This is the same exhibition that was in Tokyo last year. It was the first large-scale exhibition about the anime and manga. There's also a theme cafe. Next, there's a Sumikko Gurashi aquarium in Sendai. This is is a super cute collab. It's at Sendai Uminomori Aquarium until the 25th of May. There's cute decorations, cutouts to take photos with. On certain days there are character meet and greets, a stamp rally, special merch and themed dishes in the cafe. The Sumikko Gurashi characters are dressed up as sea creatures. It looks so cute. And tell me in the comments if you're going to the Animal Crossing aquarium in the UK. Next, there's another special plane to look out for in Japan. Japan Airlines now have a Gundam jet. It's also decorated with Myaku Myaku, the mascot of the Osaka Expo. There's also a special Gunpla set with Japan Airlines logos. It started flying at the beginning of this month and it's around till November, so keep a lookout for it. If your credit or debit card has a PIN number for chip and pin, make sure you know it because from the end of March 2025 you will need it when you're in Japan. Previously, signatures could still be used, and if you didn't know your PIN you could choose to sign instead, but from the end of this month card security is being updated and the PIN will be required. If your card doesn't have a PIN, which I think is quite common in the USA, don't worry, you can still sign instead. And for transactions under 10,000 yen, you don't need your PIN or a signature, you can just tap or insert your card. Next, a new geisha bar is open in Hakone near Mount Fuji. It's called Geisha Cafe and Bar Hana. Hana means flower. During the daytime, it's a place where geisha train, and in the evenings, it's now open as a bar, so you can enjoy a geisha experience. Your food and drinks are served by geisha, so you can chat with them, and on certain nights, you can play traditional parlour games with them, just like people historically would. There are performances, and you can take photos with them. Check the schedule to see when that is. I'm thinking it's probably a good idea to make a reservation. Sometimes people ask me where you can have an affordable geisha experience in Japan because they can be quite pricey, so this would be a really good option. The nights with performances and games are only 3,000 yen per person. If you're a fan of the super cute Suica penguin, and who wouldn't be, there's a pop-up shop with Suica penguin merch in Osaka. It's at a shop called Satellite in Parko department store in Shinsaibashi until the 9th of April. It looks like there's a lot of good stuff. Suica is the IC card for Tokyo, so you can usually only get Suica penguin merch in Tokyo. There's a themed shop and cafe called Penster in Ueno Station. I wanted to buy everything there, it's so cute. There's also a shop in Shinjuku inside Lumine S department store. That one's just a shop, not a cafe. And while you're there, remember to say hello to the Suica penguin statue at Shinjuku Station. That's it for this time. There will be more Japan travel news coming up because there's always so much new stuff. Tell me in the comments if you'll be going to any of these things, if you'll be going to any of the exhibitions, using the new regional rail pass, or if you'll be trying the Pikachu cake at Kura Sushi. And I'll see you next time with more Japan videos on Thursday. Bye bye.